I've never done this before. I'm really nervous. My story starts long ago and far away. Long ago, like 1976, far away, like Michigan. I was a college student at the time, and it was December. I was just finishing, hi, I know you, a familiar face. I was just finishing finals, and I had final fatigue. You know that feeling when you've been piled under a pile of books for a week and locked in a library cubicle and just exhausted, but also I hadn't done anything. I hadn't seen any sunlight. I hadn't moved. I hadn't had any exercise. I hadn't had any fresh air in a week. And it was the 22nd-ish of December. I was tired, and it was time to leave college and go home. And I came up with this brilliant plan to restore myself so that I could be all revived and rejuvenated and ready to make merry with my family. So I packed up my skis, my cross-country skis, and my mummy sleeping bag, and my little bivouac tent. And the plan is to stop at the state recreation area on the way home-ish. You know, it's not too far out of the way anyway, between college and home, and ski for a couple hours and get nice and sweaty and exhausted and work out some of those kinks of sitting over books for a week, and then fall asleep when it gets dark. Now, Michigan, December 22nd, it's dark for 15 hours. I can sleep for 15 hours and get up ready to go home and be restored and refreshed. I think this is a brilliant plan. And I'm out there, and it was a beautiful day, and I'm skiing, and it was grand. It was wonderful. I get to some pine trees, some lovely pine trees, and scoop out the snow. So I'm down in the pine needles, and the snow's bunched up around me, and set up the tent and climb in the sleeping bag, and I fall asleep thinking, I am a genius. This is just perfect. This is so wonderful. I'm exhausted. I feel just ready to fall asleep. All the worries are gone off my shoulders, and I'm going to wake up revived and refreshed 8 o'clock in the morning and ready to go home. Sometime later, I'm not sure when, because it was really, really dark and I didn't have a watch or a flashlight. Sometime later, I hear something that wakes me up. I wake up and I hear, oh no. Now, I've camped a lot in Michigan, and I've encountered bears lots of times in the summer. I'm thinking, it's December. Doesn't this bear know it's December? He's supposed to be put away for the winter, right? Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And why did I study so hard if I'm going to die? I was really ticked off at the thought that I had worked that hard on chemistry to be eaten by a bear. Trying to get my wits together, and it's close. It's really close. I decide I'm going to fight back. I'm going to try to bunch up inside the mummy bag, right? Get my feet under me and bunch up, and then leap and scare the bear. And it'll run away, and I'll survive. That's my plan. That's my plan. What else is there? So I'm ready for this maneuver. Now, it's important, I think. It's important. I know a bear is not a fish, but I think it's important not to wiggle around too much. I should be able to execute this maneuver without the bear knowing what I'm about to do, because if it isn't a surprise, it won't scare the bear. And besides, if I'm just wiggling around in the tent, I look more like food, I think. It's just invitation, you know. So I bunch up as best I can inside the sleeping bag, and I leap into the air and fall on my ass, and it's still right there. And about then I realized I am not going to die, but I am very hungry. And my stomach is growling. And it was a brilliant plan, but next time, bring food.